Okay, Star Trek fans, this is, of course, as you can recognize, the Defiant from Deep Space Nine, a famous series with Captain Sisko, who was the one kind of like mastermind behind the building of, I guess, this ship, and also having many successful missions, or piloting many successful missions on this. This is the Playmates toy, I want to say. It's not the Ertl model. Although it does have quite a few details, I want to say, similar to your model scale. I bought this toy. It was used out of the box for $10. When it was displayed, when you would hit these buttons, there's 4 buttons, 4 sound effects. It was very low sound effect, and the lights barely turned on, giving the impression there was something obviously wrong. However, I assume that I guess the person had tested maybe some new batteries. Well, of course, as you will know, no one did try new batteries in it, or maybe they didn't even know where to put the batteries in. And when I got it home, threw some new batteries, and it was up to speed. It had a little dirt, which I was able to clean with just lukewarm water and a little rag. Just certain spots, I guess the person who had it, I don't know, maybe, they were kind of holding it with their hand, and who knows, maybe they got prints on it. But I cleaned it up, and it has real nice detailing. I mean, this thing is really detailed. Now, I've done a few modifications on it. I figure for $10, I can put a little bit more into it and get more out of it. One disappointing thing was the back buzzards did not light up. They were gray. I've updated that. I basically drilled holes, painted it like a neon blue on both back buzzards, or the nacelles if you want to call them. So now they light up, and added some other features. But anyway, you get 4 sounds with this. I'll go through it quickly. Alright, that's the one sound. I guess it's firing phasers or something. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Probably pulsar cannons. And this is the cloaking. Now every time you hit those buttons, the 2 buzzards and the sensor array would light up. It doesn't do that anymore. I've changed that. I can actually turn those on independently, and I'll show you that with a switch in a second. And there they go. I've added basically 4 new circuits, and there's 4 switches, 1, 2, 3, 4. And to do that, obviously I had to drill out some holes to get the switches in there. But now they light up independently. Really nice. Okay. Also, these 3 slots, 1, 2, 3, are for the speaker sound. Basically added some crystal clear to give me a window effect with some lighting inside. In addition to adding crystal clear there, I've added crystal clear on the bottom for the windows. The windows come black, and I'll show you by turning this on. If I can get to it. Okay, there we go. So the windows lit up right there. I'll show it again. Off, on, off, on. Okay. And also on the other side, I won't turn the camera, but the other side lights up. And then the center windows are also on another switch. And the front windows, there's like 3 windows. So some of them I drilled out, some I didn't. I added crystal clear to those windows. I'll show it again before I sign off with, when I'm going to go to a darker room. Also, I guess these round coils, or I guess you want to call them the reactors. I don't know. There's 8 of them. I guess that's how the Defiant gets its power, for for the engines, you know, to give it the speed and the firepower that it has. So there's 8 reactors. And I'm assuming this little area is the regulator somehow. I'd have to go back to Deep Space Nine episodes, I guess, to unfold that one. And if I turn this around this way, you'll see the back nacelle. See how they light up. I had to drill a hole in the grid pattern. It took a little time, but it was worth it in the end. And basically has like a bluish, I guess, clear plastic behind it, or acrylic, to give it that bluish look. I could go darker if I want, but I just stopped there. I figured that was good enough. I didn't want to go too dark. And the bulbs are pretty bright inside. I didn't want to go any brighter. So now I'm down to my last, I guess, phase of this whole upgrade. And you'll notice there's a hole here and right here. And that's where I'm putting the flashers. I'm not sure if I want to put yellow or red. It's in between the two, or maybe a yellow and red. I'm not sure. I'm debating that. And I'm debating it before I actually hook them up. I want to add, I know in the original they had like the impulse engines were red here and here. The problem is this is where the clamshell meets. That's a lot more work involved, you know, to put a bulb in there. And the way I have this model, all of the lighting and wiring are on the top half of the shell. The bottom just removes very easily, so I can change batteries. So I want to keep it like that. I don't want to be adding any physical bulbs to the bottom part of the shell. That would be obviously more involved. So I'm going to try to figure something out. I'm going to put two flashers here. In the original model, I guess they had a white flasher here, a strobe. I'm not doing that. It's just a little too much involved. So, and I figured it'll be a little different. It doesn't have to be the same exact original Defiant. Just make it a little unique, I guess, by keeping it, you know, original. And actually, I think these reactors were like a yellowish glow or a whitish glow, if I remember. There may have been different versions of the Defiant. Okay, well, we're up to like 6.5 minutes. I want to show you this in I guess with less lighting. That's where you're really going to get the effect. So I'm going to grab this now carefully, pick it up, and kind of walk into a darker room before my either batteries run out or memory. But here we go. I'm in a darker setting, and now this is not a professional camera, but there you can see the nacelles in the back, the reactors, okay, the windows. Actually, they're for speaker, you know, for the sound, but I just kind of put clear coat on them. There's the front part of the Defiant. I guess that's a good view there. Okay, let's go to the under view carefully and show you the windows. And I'm going to close the door even more to get a better effect. And let's see if we can see it. There you go. Okay, that lights up. That lights up on that side. And that lights up. So there's a nice effect. There is some bleeding, which that's okay. Bleeding allows for, you know, you get some effect out of it. I had to spray paint with a flat black primer or black paint on the underside, so I wouldn't have too much bleeding and more lighting to where I wanted it to come out. I'm going to place it back on the little wooden stand that I've been working on it. And later on, if I get a chance, I'm going to put the flashers in. Originally it's the kit's designed for 2 flashers here. I'll turn the light on for 2 flashers here. I'm going to piggyback 2 more. I don't know if I'm going to put maybe back here probably here and here possibly. I wanted to also somehow do impulse engines. That might be down the line. I don't know. Originally it's here. I might just paint these two. Painting it though is not going to give an effect, obviously, or at least the best effect, I should say. You know, it would be nice to put a bulb. I actually have those LEDs right here. These two red LEDs. I could put one right in there, but it's just when I go to open it, I'll have too many wires. There's enough wiring as it is now inside this thing. But I'm really proud of it. Oh, and I did not show you the phaser cannon. So one unique thing about this toy that I'm really proud of is now the sounds match the phaser firing. And I'm going to show you that right now. I didn't show you that in the beginning. Here we go. There's the pulsars. It's an excellent, I mean, that's, I don't think you're going to get better than that. Now that one I like. That sound effect with the lasers firing. Those are, I want to say 2 volt bulbs. I don't know, 1 to 2 volt bulbs. They're white and they really give the effect. I had to drill tiny hole here and here to get that effect. So originally when you hit these buttons, the Buzzards were the ones that were flashing and the sensor array. Now I have it where it looks like it's doing what it's supposed to, just like the show. So that was the best. This effect and the nacelle effect in the back, I was very pleased with. So if you have any suggestions or you want to leave any feedback on my model, I'd appreciate that. Again, I'm going to add a flasher kit here. I'll post it on YouTube. This will be, I guess, Defiant Part 1, you know, and then the other one will be Part 2. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a Part 3 and a Part 4. You know, once you start, it's like there's no end. But anyway, I'll just do the effect one more time. I really like that effect. You know, and you can actually, what's nice about this toy is remove it from here, and by hand you can simulate, I don't know, the Defiant, you know, moving around. Maybe you could, you know, put, I don't know, the fish wire, make it look like it's flying, who knows. But, you know, that was the effect that I really liked. Okay, signing off, and look for, I guess, Part 2.